Hello and welcome to another opportunity to manifest your dreams, to raise your vibration, and to reach a higher level of consciousness. Today I want to show you how you can manifest without resistance. But first, let's have a look at what resistance truly is. Resistance is not the physical form of resistance, at least not in the manifestation sense. When it comes to manifesting with the law of attraction, resistance are your beliefs, your emotions that are holding you back. So it's either limiting beliefs or limiting emotions that are holding you back from not only manifesting your dreams, but also from, if the manifestation is already really close, from letting it in, from allowing it, and from letting go. And the first point that I want to share with you is also the most painful point. And it's also the point that most other law of attraction coaches will never share with you because, well, it's something that nobody wants to talk about because everybody nowadays is looking for the quick fix, for the overnight success. But the first point I want to share with you, which is absolutely crucial, is that you have to heal the trauma that is constantly triggering and recreating your resistance. If you don't heal your trauma, and I know that from my own experience, and now after coaching so many amazing deliberate creators in remote Skype coaching sessions, I also know it from my coaching experience that healing your trauma is absolutely essential. If you don't take this step, you will always battle with resistance. I don't say that it will be impossible for you to manifest your dreams, but what I will say is that it will be 10 times, if not 100 times harder. If you don't work on overcoming the root of your resistance, the cause of your resistance, then you're basically doing what you would do if you build a house on soil where you can't build a house on. The whole house will break down at some point. And this is unfortunately you can say the approach that a lot of people use in the law of attraction sphere. They just say, my trauma doesn't exist. I'm just going to raise my vibration. And yes, it can work to a certain extent. But if you want to experience true freedom and the ability to manifest anything you want without resistance, then taking this first step is absolutely necessary. And if you want to take this step, then you might also be interested in hearing that one of the 5 free bonuses to be more precise, that you get if you invest in the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program is the Trauma Transformation audio course, in which I share countless techniques that I used on my own trauma healing journey and that you can use as well to heal your trauma. And this is the bonus for which I received the most amazing thank you emails. And I know from my own experience and also from coaching a lot of people that the techniques in this Trauma Transformation audio course work. So if you go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/11 days and you then decide to invest in this program, then you get this Trauma Transformation audio course completely for free. And by the way, you also get a €50 off discount code that you can use for your first Skype coaching session. And if you want to work with me one-on-one in a Skype coaching session, then you can go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/Skype. I also helped a lot of deliberate creators with these exercises and also with more advanced exercises to overcome their trauma. But no matter if you decide to work with me or if you want to take this path alone, you have to walk this path. Otherwise, there will always be resistance. And then make a decision to no longer be attached to the person that you grew up to be and redefine your growth process. What do I mean by that? Let me give you a simple example. An example that really shocked me, and I shared this example before, but I want to briefly share it again. And that's when I met a lecturer in Bangkok who was living paycheck to paycheck, who then, even in his 60s, couldn't afford the retirement visa because he never saved any money. And his excuse was, I grew up without having so much money and we never saved any money. And by saying we never saved any money, he was still living in the past. He was never separating himself from this old reality. He was just dragging this old reality with him in his new life until he was in his 60s. So for all his life, all these decades, he identified with his upbringing, we never saved any money. And by saying we, he identified himself all these years again and again and again and again, over and over again, with this ideal that he grew up in, where people just didn't save any money. Even though he could have said in his early 20s, hey, wait a minute, this belief is no longer serving me. Why do I always say we didn't save any money? By saying we, I say I didn't save any money. And by repeating that over and over again, I basically say I don't save any money now and I won't have any money in the future. And that's why it's important that you make a decision to no longer be attached to the person that you grew up to be and redefine your growth process. Who you are today is not who you were yesterday, and who you will be tomorrow is not defined by who you are today. So in other words, no matter if you grew up poor or rich or middle class, it does not have any impact on your manifestation ability for the future. I know society wants you to believe that the only way for you to be rich and wealthy is to be born rich and wealthy and to inherit a lot of money. And by the way, even from a non-law of attraction perspective, one of the best books that I've ever read on this subject, I think it's called America's Millionaires Next Door. If you type that into Google or into Amazon, read that book or listen to it on Audible. It's a really good book that explains that most millionaires in the US, and it's also true for other countries, have not inherited a lot of money. They are self-made millionaires. And now again, from a law of attraction perspective, if you continue to live in the past, then you will only get the same results that you've gotten in the past. But what if you want new results? What if you want better results? What if you want to manifest wealth? Then make the decision to no longer be attached to the person that you grew up to be and redefine your growth process, redefine who you are, and then you can release the resistance from the past. And what you can also do to release resistance in your manifestation process is to ask more general questions before you ask personal questions. Here's what I mean by that. If you still struggle with the idea, for example, that you feel loved and that you are ready to receive love, that you're ready to receive a loving relationship, or that in general you just love yourself, then instead of asking how would I feel like when I'm loved, ask a more general question. What would love feel like? Without even putting you in that equation, just ask yourself very general, what would love feel like? And by the way, that's something that I actually also wanted to mention. I designed a brand new coaching session for you. And this coaching session is the self-love coaching session, which can allow you to then not only attract a loving relationship in your life or to improve the current relationship that you're in, but to also attract more joy and happiness in your life because, well, you are trapped with yourself until you turn into pure consciousness again and you want to love yourself. Because I know from my own experience that living a life of self-hate, or even if it's not self-hate but not true self-love, is not a life that you can fully enjoy. And that's why if you want to find out more about this brand new coaching session, you can go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/love. That's affirmationtomanifestation.com/love. I will also put a link to this brand new coaching session in the description. And if you want to have a look at all the coaching sessions that I offer now, then you can go to affirmationtomanifestation.com/coaching. And yes, the €50 off discount code that you get if you decide to invest in the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program or in the Money Manifestation Magnet program is also valid for this coaching session. And when it comes to asking these general questions, you can do that in every area of your life where you want to manifest something or where you want to change in some way. For example, if you still struggle with the idea that you can be rich and wealthy, instead of asking yourself, how would I feel like when I'm rich? Just ask yourself in a general way, what would being rich feel like? And then create these emotions. And don't allow your doubts and your worries to be the excuse to remove your doubts and your worries. The law of attraction works for anyone and everyone. So if you allow your doubts and your worries to stop you from manifesting, you basically stay in a position, or not just basically, you stay in a position where it will be impossible for you to remove these doubts and worries. Because the only way for you to remove all these doubts and these worries when it comes to the law of attraction and manifestation is to experience your first small manifestations, is to see the first breadcrumbs, is to feel the first synchronicities. Because every time the universe provides you with a synchronicity, every time you receive a small manifestation, every time you see a little breadcrumb on the floor that leads you closer and closer to your manifestation, every time this happens, you start to release resistance, because you start to forget about your worries and to forget about your doubts, because you are in this manifestation process debunking your doubts, debunking your worries, and realizing that the law of attraction is real. And closely related to this point is the next point, and that's that evidence speaks louder than words. Remind yourself of these synchronicities. Remind yourself of these small manifestations. Remind yourself of every small breadcrumb. I mean, a couple of months ago, or maybe it was already over a year ago, I shared a little manifestation story in which I told you about how I manifested Tiger Balm, which is something that you can put on your back if you have a tense back after a workout. And the way I manifested this was so random in a way that it could have not happened without the law of attraction. And even though it was just a little small box of Tiger Balm that's maybe worth, I don't know, $2, $3, it was not a big manifestation, but I remind myself of this manifestation every single day. This small manifestation was one of the first small manifestations that I created. And for me, it was this wow, whoa, whoa moment. And this wow, whoa, whoa moment and this awe, I want to remember this awe, this moment of awe, this moment of excitement every single day. That's why I made it a part of my affirmations. Because whenever I remind myself of a small manifestation, every time I do that, I believe more and more in my power as a deliberate creator. So always remember that evidence speaks louder than words. And that's why I always want you to put all the advice I share with you here and all the advice I share in my 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program into practice. I mean, that's why I created each module with a hypnosis and practical exercises in addition to a theoretical lecture, because I want you to be able to put all these things into practice. I want you to realize that the law of attraction is real. I don't just want you to take my word for it. I want you to put it into practice and to then see the evidence that will then speak louder than words. And another way how you can manifest without resistance is to let go and enjoy your life. Because when you are silly, when you are joyful, when you are in the spirit of joy, then you can let go. And then there's less resistance. And if you're still struggling with letting go, then you should have a look at module, now I forgot which module it was in the 11 Days to Manifestation Mastery program, but one of the modules includes a hypnosis that allows you to let go. It includes a theoretical lecture about letting go and many practical exercises. So one module is all about letting go. And the more you're able to let go, the more you're able to just enjoy your life, enjoy existence. These are the moments when your manifestations will show up in a way that you could have not imagined. And these are the moments when you will be in awe, when you will be excited, when you believe more and more in the law of attraction. And these are also the moments that fire you up and that make you even more motivated for your next manifestation. And these moments are absolutely priceless. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please send out some love to the YouTube universe by giving this video a big thumbs up. And I would also appreciate it if you would leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you.